Life is more than a mechanical journey. It is something that we can apply a method to. A method that allows for more than material progress. A way to improve your personal religion, your personal effort, your personally embodied principles. It is a way that puts you in different worlds. It is a way that makes you a migrant, even if you stay in a stable job and never move from your location physically. The mahjub, or veiled one, finds enforcement from the revelation for this age, Al-Quran, and the events of the prophet of this age, usually called hadith, with a taqwa, or conscientiousness, that leads to kashfiyat, the understanding of secrets, because it's not just some utter form that we're looking at. We are seeking to be a faqih, jurisprudent, and arif, mystic, all at once. We are not here to make distinctions between the exemplar and messenger prophets, besides the details like time and physical placement that are mentioned in what Prophet Muhammad taught. We are regarding the Allamah, the scholars of religion, and guiding towards the dhikr, the remembrance, as what completes the ibadah, or worship. People may think that we're crazy for standing in the witnessing. One of the starting goals can be the 40-day total dedication. Now, the i'tikaf, whether it's between the dusk and the dawn at the end of Ramadan, or the full 10, 11 nights, this is something that a person will do as a breakthrough towards wisdom, towards the soul beyond desire. That it may have to be broken up into different sessions of working, but one of the things that we can do is, if we continue the connection of these times of total dedication, it makes it so we operate the body, we operate the mind, or, that sort of way of thinking, that, it doesn't operate us. So we become in service to something greater rather than a periodic just service, where we just meet the bare requirements. The tawassul, intermediaryship of the masumin, the innocents, doesn't mean that we pray to them or through them like the mushrikeen do with the saints and the angels. It means that we are of the sort that they're witnessing, they're praying for the believers, and their influence is upon us. We let the inner and outer storms go by, and we become of the khulus, exclusive, by our sincerity, and we live in and through the references. We pass from being merely of Islam, the religion of submission, to Iman, belief, to i'tiqad, conviction. So, we must start upon a fourth stage, jihad, doing something even though it may be difficult. The jihad is not the English word, but if we need to defend ourselves or others, and we find a reliable way to take part in that without any, the violations usually attributed to war, then, but the greater thing is the life of the inner and outer witnessing that accepts the prophethood for real in what it obliges, forbids, encourages, discourages, whatever other sort of word you want to put on it. The qualities that you take on are in manifesting of it. You feel it. Your emotions are directed by it. Your thoughts are transformed. So the inner storm of thoughts is reworked. Your love, your hate, your fear, your hope, these things are decided by it. Your beliefs are withheld until you figure out what agrees with it or not. Your actions, again, are withheld except in consideration of it. Let the acts of worship come naturally upon you. Bring about your own salvation. Realizing that both in your acceptance and in how you were received, there is mercy beyond exactness. We are worthy if we work on awareness. We are worthy when we are perfecting. We are worthy of what we are capable of choosing. Our intentions are refined to the point where we're on khalwa, our seclusion, without physically being in seclusion. Now, of course, the highest seclusion is the retreat in one of the masajid. And it has to be a mosque that is where the 5 daily prayers and the Friday sermon in particular is being held. Now, it being open for use for the 5 daily prayers, or it can be, that's more of the requirement than, whether or not you go there and you're always with other people. A person learns to disclose or minimize the disclosure of secrets of their own or of others. If you have a need, well, you kind of minimize the addressing of the need. You know what I mean? Like, the fewer the people that know about, oh, you have a need, the better. I mean, if there's an emergency and, you call over the villagers, there's trespassers, help me get rid of them, or that sort of thing, that's different. You may want to gather in as big of a group as you can to take care of that. But in general, oh, I'm poor, I need some help, you contact those in charge, try not to be overheard, that sort of stuff. But the teaching is more general than just that. And if you want advice on something, yeah, you contact somebody that knows about it. But when it comes to religion, the interpretation of others, the best interpretations are from the people of the remembrance. Those who not only know of what the scriptures teach, but are actually consciously practicing them. Our remembrance is looked at in its types, both in subject and in method of experience. We want to be imaginative. Ki Ali. We want to use our emotional framework. Ka Libe. We want to focus on our lower soul, what it does to that. Nafasi. We want to pay attention to the direction. Jam'i. We want to work with the projections. Basati. We want to figure out the purpose of it all. Ithbati. We want results. Thabati. We want to go beyond a focus on the objective reality. Coffee. We want to have this attention on the ultimate reality, particularly through the divine names or qualities. Seri. Dhati is the reflection on God beyond qualities. You worship God as utterly transcendent. You're even thinking of beyond the Lahuti. Therefore, conceive, express, remember without words, think, and embody. There's a little list in here of certain numbers of repetitions of stuff to say. There is the Nasuk ritual, taking a step while witnessing that Mercury's in the sky. 1,000 repetitions, affirming the absolute oneness, beneficence, and mercy of God, for there is no other God. And that your waiting is long. And you're here to be towards what is right and away from what is wrong. And Nasuk is an abrogator. So the reason for that ritual is, and the reason of its placement at the end of this treaty is kind of, the reason is not quite determined right. But if a person prays to Mercury, then it breaks their Islam. But one of the things we need to remember is that God is the first with any knowledge. And we all need to act on what we know. And we're helped along our path if we so strive.